My name is Louis Brolt. I'm the MC for today's 2023 Chicopee Memorial Day ceremony, and would like to welcome you and thank each and every one of you for being here. Let us begin today's ceremony by asking our audience to please stand if you can for our invocation by Deacon Joe Peters, followed by the national anthem, which will be sung by Sidney Benoit. Please rise.
Heavenly Father, we gather here today in this sacred space, surrounded by memorials that stand as reminders of the sacrifices made by the brave men and women who served our country during war times. We come together as a community, bound by a shared gratitude for their selflessness and deep respect for the freedoms they have preserved. On this Memorial Day, we lift our hearts in remembrance and honor. We remember those who answered the call to defend our nation, who displayed unwavering courage and commitment, and who made the ultimate sacrifice in service to their country. May their names and deeds be forever etched in our collective memory, reminding us of the debt we owe. We also extend our thoughts and prayers to the families who have endured the loss of their loved ones. May they find comfort and solace in knowing that their sacrifices were not in vain, and may they feel the support and gratitude of this community surrounding them. As we gather in unity, we pray for peace in our world. May the lessons learned from the past guide us toward a future free from conflict and violence. Grant wisdom and discernment to our leaders, that they may strive for justice, equality, and understanding among nations. We ask for blessings upon our city of Chicopee, its residents, and all those who call it home. May we work together to create a community built on compassion, inclusivity, and respect for one another. Finally, as we reflect on the bravery of those who have served, let us also remember to be grateful for the everyday heroes in our midst, those who currently serve in our armed forces, our first responders, healthcare workers, and those who dedicate their lives to the well-being of others. Bless them abundantly and guide their efforts to bring healing and hope to those in need. In your boundless love and mercy, we offer this prayer, trusting that you hear our voices and hold our intentions close to your heart. Amen.
Thank you, Deacon Peters. Now to sing our national anthem is Sidney Benoit.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Cindy, for that beautiful rendition of our national anthem. We're gathered here to express our respect for those who gave all in defense of the United States of America. It is my honor to introduce the Mayor of Chicopee, the Honorable John View, to say a few words on behalf of the city and introduce all of our city and state elected officials that are here with us today. Mayor View?
Good morning. What a beautiful day in Chicopee. First, just a couple of thank yous. Could we get a round of applause for our junior ROTC, the Air Force ROTC? They sacrifice all of these veteran events for us, and I appreciate all you do. You make us proud. And of course, our band. What an incredible turnout for the band, so I think they deserve a round of applause as well. High school bands are growing in Chicopee. And to our veteran organizations, our veteran advisory board, I want to say thank you for putting out 11,000 flags on the gravestones in our cemeteries. I think that deserves a round of applause as well. Thank you. On this Memorial Day, I extend my heartfelt greetings on behalf of the city of Chicopee. It is an honor to stand before you as we pay tribute to the brave service members who have made the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. I want to express my gratitude to our Veteran Service Director, Stephanie Shaw, and the Veteran Advisory Board for their exceptional efforts in organizing today's event. These events just don't happen. There's a lot behind the scenes, and I want to thank you for all you do. Thank you. I also want to extend a warm welcome to our Gold Star families, our city councilors. I'm going to take a moment. I'm not sure if it's part of the program. Are you going to recognize everyone?
Right here.
Okay. Thank you. Our state representative and our guest speaker, Shirley Arriaga, is here. Shirley, thank you for being here today. City Council President Frank LaFlamme. City Council Vice President Robert Zagorowski. City Councilors Delmarino Lopez, George Balakir, Fred Krampitz, William Corshane, and Mary Beth Piniac Costello. I know I saw our city assessor, Brian Succi, is here, and City Councilor Gary Labrie. And anyone I may have missed, I apologize. School committee members, I won't forget you. Grace Schofield from the school committee is here, and Don Lamont. Chicopee, our proud city, is the home to nearly 4,500 veterans. Though I have not served, I am immensely proud of my grandfather, an Army veteran of World War II. He dedicated and sacrificed a part of his life to defend our nation. Many of our friends and neighbors have willingly enlisted, believing in the values and principles that make America the greatest country in the world. In fact, I am proud to announce that 7 graduating high school seniors have committed to serve our military, and I think they deserve a round of applause. Memorial Day is far more than just a holiday or a day off from work or school. It's a time we honor those who never made it home. Today and every day, we recognize the bravery and expressed our deepest gratitude to every service member who has heroically defended freedom. Let us also remember and acknowledge all those who are currently serving or have served, as well as the families, friends who have lost loved ones in service. In the words of President Wilson, let us be filled with solemn pride in the heroism of those who died in this country's service. It is crucial that we take a moment to honor, reflect, and remember their precious lives, unwavering courage and strength they have shown during the most challenging times. For that, they deserve our utmost commendation. Chicopee will forever hold your memories close to our hearts. Today serves as a reminder of the reality faced by every Gold Star family. Our way of life has been made possible by the selfless sacrifices of those who have served and those who have been lost. We gather here today because of their unwavering dedication. I urge you to find ways to support and assist those who have served by working together with our friends, neighbors, veterans groups, and the entire community. We can assure that sacrifices made by our nation's heroes are always appreciated and their memories never fade away. Thank you all for joining us in this solemn tribute. As we enjoy the freedoms we celebrate on this Memorial Day, let us take a moment to truly understand that the significance of this day. Reach out to a veteran friend or family member and ask them what Memorial Day means to them. I appreciate your attention and the opportunity to share my thoughts with you today. Remember, only our individual faith and freedom can keep us free. Let us pray that God blesses and grants peace to our fallen heroes, our veterans, and our active military. May God watch over and protect those who serve. Enjoy this beautiful day. God bless America, the land of the home and the free. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayorview. Now, we'll have the band play America the Beautiful for your entertainment. Thank you very much. Mr. Charles H. Tracy, a Chicopee resident, enlisted as Company A, 37th Massachusetts Volunteer Infantry during the Civil War. Sergeant Tracy was twice cited for acts of bravery and on November 19, 1897, was awarded the Medal of Honor. In 2008, the City of Chicopee Mayoral Office establishes the Charles H. Tracy Veteran of the Year Award. This award is given annually to a veteran who has demonstrated a commitment to the veterans of Chicopee. Would you please join me in acknowledging the 2023 Charles H. Tracy Award recipient, Veteran of the Year, Brian Belanger. It's my pleasure to introduce the Director of Veterans, Department of Veteran Services, Stephanie Shaw, for a few words.
Good morning. I'd like to take this opportunity to kind of do a follow-up of all of the updates I was able to promote and introduce to you as a community last year. There's been a lot in the last year. It's been a very, very busy year, and some of those things were very, very wonderful. I will start the mapping program that we've been coordinating with the GIS coordinator. She has mapped every cemetery that we have maps for, and those are working very successfully for a much more efficient and complete flagging of our over 11,000 headstones here in our city limits. So I really appreciate that coordination. That also came with a lot of volunteerism. We had a lot of our community come out and help my deputy director and graves officer start verifying the information, researching death records, and so it's such a partnership is really what it is, and it's been fantastic. And so we're going to continue that partnership. We're going to update those maps, and our next step will be to map and plot the over 40 monuments and dedicated spaces in the city. So it'll be an interactive map on the city website where you can research all of the places where veterans have been memorialized here in Chicopee. So I'm really looking forward to that project. I'm really hoping people take advantage of it. I think we often forget of all the spaces that are in honor of someone, the schools, the parks, there's apartment buildings, pools, playgrounds. It's really, really wonderful. With that, there's a lot of maintenance of those headstones and these monuments. And so I was very, very grateful that this past spring, the City Council adopted the law to implement the Veteran Tax Work-Off Program. It'll be the first time we've launched that it'll be this year. We are expediting the timeline. Those applications will be available June 1st. And veterans who are not already receiving some sort of property tax abatement can volunteer their hours for compensation in the form of up to $1,500. And the work that those veterans are going to be doing is taking care of those headstones, cleaning them, finding them if they fell from decades ago, making sure these monuments stay cleaned, and all the other spaces in the city. It's going to be a great collaboration. It's good work. It's work that these veterans want to do, so I'm really excited about that new initiative. We have a new park coming in, and it's coming up much more expeditiously than I think most of us have really ever expected. We're really excited about that, but the post 9/11 Memorial Park is looking to be completed by the end of the summer, and we'll have our ribbon cutting early fall. So please keep an eye on for that, and I really hope everyone can join us. That park is a wonderful space, and the underlying theme that we're really using with that space is celebration of service. There is so much positivity that comes out of service, the camaraderie, the resiliency, the knowledge, the skill sets, the leadership. And so that's what that park is really there to hopefully promote and let the post 9/11 veterans bring their families there and educate them about our stories and our friends. There's been some new additions to this particular plaza space. So if you look around, we've added 4 benches, and on each of these 4 benches are 3 plaques, and each of those plaques denotes one of the 11 veteran associations that make up Chicopee's Veteran and Memorial Patriotic Committee. And that's the committee that for decades has been making sure that these monuments were resurrected. There is a kiosk to my left when you come in, and that's where you can find information about the designing and the dedication of each of these monuments. It's so important to hang on to that knowledge. We want to learn from our history. We want people to understand what this space is. And so if you have any questions, feel free to reach out Take a look around though, see the benches, see the plaques, see the kiosk with the mapping system. When we have events in the future, that's a display case that we can promote what's going to be happening here at the plaza. I do want to share with you, and I wish we had a crowd like this on Thursday. Thursday afternoon, we added a name for someone who was lost at sea in 1943 to Bullen's monument. It's the monument in the park in front of the post office on Center Street. Matthew Kowal was lost at sea when his ship was torpedoed in June of 1943. And at the time, the Merchant Marines were part of the Coast Guard, and the Coast Guard was not considered, it didn't fall under the DoD and the Armed Forces. And at that time, that made Matthew Kowal not considered, by federal definition, a veteran, so his name was not included. But laws changed, and his family advocated, and we righted that. And I think that was a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. We had 5 of his family members come out, and I got to meet new Gold Star families. And so I was really, really proud of the city for making sure that happened, and I was really grateful to meet those new families. And I just want the community to know that we're always, always working to honor and remember all year long, not just today. And I think the last thing I want to talk about is just how personal this day is to all of us. Elaine and Mary, this day means something different to you than it does to me. To me, I lost the comrades, my brothers and sisters in arms, but not in blood. And I know people who have lost sons and daughters and mothers and fathers. And this day means so much, but it's such a personal memory. And so I hope you all spend the rest of this day saying their names, honoring them, remembering them, how they would want to be remembered. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to let you know what's going on in the city and how we're always working to keep these names in our mouths and in your ears. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephanie. And now, for your listening pleasure, a branch of the Dan King Singers with their military tribute songs.
Might, and the army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the army goes rolling along. Then it's hi, hi, hey, the army's on its way. Count off the cadence loud and strong. 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3. Oh, wherever we go, you will always know that the army goes rolling along. From the halls of Montezuma, go into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here they come, soon to meet our thunder, and the boys giving their guns. Down we dive, spouting our flames from under, off with one terrible roar. We live in fame, or go down in flame, for nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force. America, America, God shed His grace on thee. Oh, beautiful for heroes proved in liberating strife, who more than self their country love, and mercy more than life. America, America, may God thy gold line fly, till all success be noblest, and every gain divine. America,
That was outstanding. We get another round of applause for him? Our guest speaker for today is Representative Shirley Aguilera. She's a veteran of the United States Air Force, and would you please help me with a big welcome for Representative Aguilera?
Good morning, everyone. I am State Representative Shirley Arriaga, and it is truly my honor and pleasure to be here with you on this beautiful sunny morning. As we all know, we're here and gather to pay our respect for our fallen soldiers. For many of us here, it is very, very emotional day. Excuse me. As someone who served in the military and brought our brothers and sisters back home in boxes, it is very, very hard not to get emotional, and I definitely didn't plan on it today. So I'm gonna stick to my speech if that's okay. I want to start by thanking our great veteran service officer, Stephanie Shaw, for putting this event together. This is an amazing event, gathering all of us here to pay our respect, rightfully so. And to our cadets, the AFJ ROTC from Chicopee High, let's give them a round of applause. Service to our community starts young, and these cadets, I've seen them all weekend out here paying their respect, raising the flags, and it warms my heart. I personally serve in the United States Air Force, as you already know, but also as a cadet over in Chicopee High. So seeing them it warms the heart. So I wanted to give them a special shout out. A lot of the other state legislators couldn't be here today. As we all know, it's a very busy day. There's several events and they cover a lot of territory. So on behalf of everyone in the legislation, Senator Adam Gomez, Senator Oliveira, and Chairman Vilas, I want to express some words that we all wanted to put out. The Massachusetts legislature is proud to join the rest of the nation to recognize and honor the sacrifices of our fallen men and women of the armed services. The Memorial Day holiday allows each of us as Americans and citizens of the Commonwealth to reflect on the selflessness and courage of our fallen heroes who have given their lives in defense to our country. Memorial Day, formerly known as Decoration Day, was proclaimed a holiday in 1868 and became an official federal holiday in 1971. Today, we use this solemn day to honor over 1 million men and women who have died defending our country since 1861. It is of the utmost importance that we remember and honor our brothers and sisters in arms who paid the ultimate price, not only today, but every day. I want to personally thank all of the families whose life has never been the same since they lost a loved one in service to our country. Thank you. The veteran community should be respected and honored today and every day, and I'm grateful to be working with Chairman Vilas and Chairman Cassidy on the Veterans Committee to ensure that our families and our veterans are taken care of. Please do not hesitate to contact any of us at the legislature as we can help in any way we can. Freedom is not free, and the 1 million men and women who have died in service to our great country serve as a reminder of how pricey freedom can be. My family, just like most families here, is not exempted. We've lost loved ones in service to our country. And I ask for you all to join me in a moment of silence for all of our fallen heroes. Thank you, and God bless America and our troops.
Thank you, Representative, for that wonderful, emotional speech. We're here today to pay respect to the men and women who have given their lives in defense of their country. Seated to my left are a group of people whom this day is very special and significant. With us today are the Gold Star parents, wives, and families. The term Gold Star is used to indicate the one that has lost a family member as a result of military service. With us today are Gold Star family members, Miss Elaine Fortunata and Miss Mary Ryder. And now, if you would, I would like the band to play Amazing Grace, please. Approximately 2,500 veterans are buried outside of Chicopee, many in South Hadley and Springfield. There are about 850 that rest across the USA and many locations overseas. A total of 27 who are listed as lost at sea, some have monuments in various Chicopee cemeteries. We will now lay a wreath at each monument honoring all of those who have fallen. Civil War Monument. Frank. The wreath layer at the Civil War Monument is Thomas Stanicki. Thomas is a veteran of the United States Navy, and he is a member of American Legion Post 452. Chicopee had lost 72 lives in the Civil War, one being Edward Begley, who was resting somewhere near Spotsylvania, Virginia. He was killed on May 10, 1864, during the U.S. Grant's Overland Campaign. His final resting place is still unknown. World War I Monument. The wreath would be placed by Dick Mastroeni. Dick is a veteran who served in the United States Army, and a member of VFW Post 625 and American Legion 438. A very recognizable name of one of the Chicopee's fallen is Frank Zutt. Frank was killed in action during the battle in France on April 12, 1918, and was the first Chicopee soldier to die in action in World War I. In total, Chicopee lost 53 lives. World War II Monument. Don Isabel. Donald's a veteran who served in the United States Army as the commander of AMVO's Post 12. Joseph A. Goss in the United States Navy was the first service member of World War II killed in action in Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941. We have installed a plaque and monument at the intersection of Memorial Drive and Montgomery Street in honor of the service. There were 213 casualties from Chicopee during World War II. Korean War Monument will be placed by Ron LaPlante. Ronald is a veteran who served in the United States Army and a member of the Korean War Veterans Chapter 2000. Lambert Lavoie School replaced the Aldenville School and was named in honor of two Chicopee servicemen who were killed within 18 days of each other during the Korean conflict. Private Joseph A. Lambert and Lieutenant George A. Lavoie died in the fall of 1951. These were two of the 26 casualties from Chicopee during the Korean War. Vietnam Monument, Dave Chapdelaine. Dave Chapdelaine served in the United States Navy 1966 and 1969. He did his Vietnam tour in 1968 on board USS America while attached to Attack Squadron 85 as an aviation ordnance man and ready room orderly. Dave joined the Air National Guard in 1982 as a crypto maintenance technician and later as an A-10 weapons system technician. He retired from the U.S. Air Force in 2009 and served as president of Vietnam Veterans of America, Chapter 111, from 1991 to 2011. The War on Terror Monument be Brian Belanger. Brian is the post commander of American Legion Post 452 and this year's Tracy Award winner. Firing squad. For those of you who are able to stand, please stand with us as we present military honors. Firing squad, prepare to fire. Taps. This concludes today's ceremony, and we'd like to thank you and thank a veteran and thank our service members, men and women. Please have a Memorial Day and a good day and be safe. Thank you very much.